beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the new palette from Gourmand Girls, Mostly Mary. In today's video I will do a quick overview on a palette. We'll show you 3 different look tutorials. The eye makeup that you see on my eyes today is going to be one of the looks in today's video. If you're new to my channel, first of all, welcome. My name is Eve. As I do my look tutorials, I typically share my thoughts on the formulas, application of the eyeshadows, and at the end of each look I'll show you the shades that I used for that specific look and give you more of my roundup thoughts. And of course, at the end of the video, I share my first impression, final thoughts on the palette. This beautiful eyeshadow palette is a final launch of the year from Gourmand Girls, and it's launching on Monday, December 8th. I do have an affiliated code with Gourmand Girls. It's Eve10. It's always linked for you in the description box and in the header of my Instagram. This palette looks like a snow globe. Definitely very symbolic of the holidays, and it has 2 parts to the packaging and one has a mirror. And here you get 9 beautiful shades. 4 of them are beautiful, complex, multidimensional shimmers and 5 mattes. 3 of these matte shades are transitional shades, and then it seems like you have 2 nice deeper mattes to intensify your looks. Now let's get into the makeup look applications. All right, let's do look number 1 with this palette. How cool it opens. I just love it. I actually think it's such a cool concept when it's very nice, strong magnet. And I always, I don't know about you, let me know in the comments below, but I always need a mirror up close to do my makeup, especially my eye makeup or brows or mascara. I really love when the palettes have a really nice large mirror. I feel very inspired by this palette. I haven't tested it on my eyes yet. I only have done swatches. I already kind of have an idea what I'm going to do for my looks, but let's get started. I want to do something with the neutral shades first, and let's get into this shade, Dancing Flurries. While I'm blending my eyeshadow, let me just catch up on a few things with you guys, because I haven't filmed in a month. Just life has been lifing. Holiday season is always crazy for me, between like real life, work, we travel to see family for holidays. It's just always very hectic. I toned down my camera a little bit. I think you see the color a little bit better. The shade blended nicely, and the color shows up, and I think it's lovely. I would love to see how much opacity I can get out of it, but it will have to be a different look. Now I'm going to go into the matte brown shade, this one right here. Okay, this is very pigmented shade. Let's see what we have here. It just creates a little bit of an unevenness here on my outer corner. Yesterday we went out for a work Christmas party where basically the entire industry gets together. Well, not the entire, but majority of the offices. It was very fun, but I also felt overstimulated. I am just excited to take this day off. So then I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to do it simple. I'm going to go into this shade called Hiver. I'm not sure what that means. What does Hiver mean? Hey Google, what does Hiver mean? I'm not sure what that is. I need to look it up because the nerd in me cannot be stopped, you guys. That's how I survive in life. I Google and translate as I go. English second language here, if you didn't know. Okay. I'm just using my translator. I want to know what this means.
Hiver. Hiver.
That's how you say it, hiver, and it means winter. Wait a minute, is this a French word? Okay, I'm picking it up on my brush. The cup's very piecey with a brush. Do you see it? I'm just thinking that I'm gonna use my finger. Okay, yeah, with the finger, you see how intense it is. I almost feel like it's too much, but okay, let's go. It's very intense. It's a very intense shimmer. I'm just going to use this flat brush to spread it out evenly and bring a little bit more into my inner corner. Okay, this is very glossy. I don't feel it on my eye, but with my finger, I felt like it was considerably like glittery. It's not a loose glitter. It definitely has like some nice adhesive in it, like a bonding solution that keeps all the particles together, but there is fallout as well under my under eye. I made a little bit of mess here, but I can't remove that. It's fine. We're gonna roll with it. I really enjoy how the shades came together. I'm not sure if I would do this on my own if I were to just play around with shades. I probably would never think of pairing this type of base with this transition peachy shade, almost like an orange creamsicle, like watered down, with the pink shimmer. Turned out to be very pretty. You saw how this performed on me. I got a little bit of like patchiness on my outer corner, but again, this was my first time trying the shade, so I definitely need to give it a little bit more of a test drive, see how it performs in different instances. But on my lower lash line, I had no issues. A glittery shade, even though initially I said I don't feel it on the lid. Now that it's been sitting for a little bit on my eyes and I've been blinking for this entire time, I start feeling it actually a little bit. I will have to give you an update a little bit later because I'm gonna still do a second look. I wanna see how this eye feels because my eyes are very sensitive. So I typically try to avoid glitter shades on my eyes, but for the science reason, we're here just testing the colors together and creating inspiration for the looks and just testing the quality and performance. These are just the 3 shades that I use. This reflect, the effect from this is like melted metal. It's so beautiful, it's so reflective. Let me know what you think of this look. Let's move on to look number 2. I want to dip into this shade and this shade. So yesterday, like I mentioned, we were at our work holiday party and I washed my hair earlier, blow dried it, I curled it into like nice loose curls, but I ran out of my favorite blow dry cream from Everpure from L'Oreal and I reordered it, but it wasn't shipped to me or delivered. Rather, I had to work with other products that I have. And when we went out, it was so humid and then it started pouring later on in the evening. So my hair went from nicely styled silky curls to, you guessed it, a lion. So I had to fix my hair into the bun, into the sleek bun. There was no salvation. So this morning I woke up, I just look like a crazy lioness. And I had to wet my hair fully and just put like some hydrating product into my hair. So this is what we're working with today. This shade is nice. It actually is more of like that taupey shade. Now I'm going to go into this navy shade. It's called Midwinter. I'm going to use my Sigma E42 brush for my outer corner. I'm gonna go with this shade next. It's called Snow Mint. I think I'm gonna go into this shade. Seems a lot smoother shade than like these shades right here. Yeah, it definitely picks up on a brush better. Let's see how it's gonna apply. There's a little bit of a fallout here, but generally it applied with a brush nicely. I want to put something in my inner corner and also here, but I would need a topper. Unfortunately, in this palette, I don't have it. This shade technically has the green shift. It's like a very nice complex shade, but it's full opacity shimmer. If I put it here, it's gonna look really heavy. And this is a very thin formula. So if I layer them together, you're gonna see that this is gonna look heavy and next to this shade. Kind of do not have anything in this palette right now to finish the look the way I want it. I'm gonna pull this palette in because I wanna finish this look the way I kind of see it. So it's a Mocha Moment from Gourmand Girls. This is a very lovely palette and I want to pull this shade in. It's called Java Mocha. This is a very similar formula to this formula. It's thinner and it's complex and it has a little bit of like those gold green particles. So I'm going to put this in the inner corner a little bit. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. I can still see the base, but there is a shimmer on top and I want to do it the same way here. There you go. This is exactly what I had in mind. Blend these two together. Now we're talking. Now I'm happy. Now I think it's just exactly what I had in mind. The formulations of these two shimmers, they are the same consistency by thickness and now they look cohesive. Let me finish the look and I will give you my final thoughts on the shades. These are all the shades that I used, 3 mattes and then 2 shimmers, one from original palette, this shade from a Mocha Moment. These 2 shimmers match in consistency, so I think the look came out really nice. So my thoughts on the mattes here are, this one is a little bit drier formula. It does build up, but it took me a little bit of a time to just go back and forth and just continue building. I do really love this color combination, and definitely wintry. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's chat there. Now let's move on to look number 3. Hey guys, I never do this in my videos, but I'm removing my makeup right now, obviously, between the looks. Show you a little bit behind the scenes here. And I want to show you how stained my eye is from that pink glitter shade that I had here. And it didn't even look that pink in the palette, but I have no idea why my eye is so pink. It's not an eye reaction, it just seems like a stain. All right, guys, redid my base and I'm ready for look number 3. And I just want to show you there's a little bit of redness still showing through my base that I applied. So for the look number 3, I think I want to do, I don't know what I want to do. At this point already tried all the mattes. So I think I'm going to use a brown shade again because I want to try it one more time in this video. Let's try this one again and this one, and maybe we'll do this shimmer because it's really, really pretty. Let's do that. Okay, you would be the judge, you guys. But I'm getting the same effect and my eye is fully set. It doesn't have a wet base or anything like that. I'm using this brush. It's a small shadow brush from Ulta Beauty. I really like this brush. I've had it in my collection for a long time. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna torture my eye any further. So I would love to go with this shimmer shade because I think it's really pretty. Okay, so it actually does apply with the brush and it gives me a little bit more of a transparent effect. You know what? That's actually really pretty. I'm gonna continue with that. This is really pretty. I like that. I think you can see a little bit of a pink through. It is what it is, you guys. I'm gonna bring it a little bit through the corner, right here through the inner corner. Oh, I love this ethereal effect. It's actually giving me like that more of a transparent base. I love that. I love that. More of a topper effect. Maybe I could have done that in my second look too, but that's something that I can try later. Okay, behind the scenes Eve here. I am working on this eye and I wanted to show you there's no patchiness on this side. Now I start thinking that I'm using the same brush as everything. I start thinking something is going on this eye because this is the second time I used this shade on this side on my face, on the right side. This doesn't have the same effect. It blends really nicely, as you can see. This is probably my favorite look out of 3 that I've created today. I was pleasantly surprised how beautifully this applied with the brush. I really love the effect of it. It does give you that like wet, extra shimmery, glimmery, very dimensional effect. It's good to know that with a finger it applies very, very foily, and with a brush it gives you a little bit more of an ethereal topper effect. Let me know what you think of this look, which one of the 3 looks was your favorite. And now let me share my final thoughts, my first impression final thoughts on the palette. For me, it was kind of unexpected to see a 9-pan palette from Gourmand Girls. I'm not used to see a smaller format from them. Typically they have larger palettes. I really like the color story. I think it's definitely winter inspired, holiday-like. I think it's considerably versatile in the shades that are here. There are 5 mattes and technically you have 3 transitional shades and 2 shades there are deeper. However, you can also share them out. As you can see in this look, I didn't go super opaque. I put the color in and then I kind of faded it out, and I think it goes with this pastel mint shade so lovely. I want to play with this palette a little bit more as far as like blendability of the darker shades. I'm not sure what happened with this brown shade here on my left eye versus right eye. I used it 3 times and twice on this eye it patched out, and this eye had absolutely no problems, but I also had no problems on this lower lash line at the same time. So it makes me think that something is going on my upper lid. That's why when I test an eyeshadow palette, I never test it once. I like to go back into the shades and mix them together in different combinations, try different brushes, maybe even methods of application, like how you apply eyeshadows to see how they perform. Because the first experience is not always giving you like a full true picture. And I believe that I always need to give it a benefit of a doubt and try it a few times and then make my decision upon that. As far as the shimmers, there seem to be 2 different formulas here. So this one is a thinner formula and has multidimensional shimmers, but they're very, very fine particles. And these ones are a little bit thicker. I actually didn't get to try out of this palette in today's video. So I do want to test these shades, these 2 other shades with the brush. And then I will put this palette into my final monthly ranking. Overall, I think the quality is nice on this palette, and it's pretty much the formula that I've seen from Gourmand Girls palettes in the past. I know this video has been a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Let me know what you think of my looks. Let me know which one was your favorite. Did you like any at all? Does this palette color story speak to you? Does it not? Do you already have something similar in your collection that you think you will be okay using instead? Let's chat in the comment section below. If you are shopping for this palette, you are more than welcome to use my affiliated code. It's Eve10. It's always listed for you in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I managed to give you a little bit of inspiration and an insight of the quality and versatility of this palette. If you have additional questions, comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, hanging out with me today, and I will catch you in my next video.